in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, man. First but not least, man, start off with Nick Cannon, man. So Nick Cannon is apologizing. Yeah, this is recent. This is in the last hour or so. Nick Cannon is going to apologize to Jewish folks for those anti-Semitic comments. But the thing is, he's not going to apologize to those white for saying white people were savages, because he went harder on white folks than he went after Jews. But I think the real reason why why CBS Viacom fired Nick Cannon, it was mainly because he had Professor Griff on. And if you know Professor Griff, he was removed from the Public Enemy back in the 90s because of his anti-Semitic comments. You know what I'm saying? Like crap about Jews running the world and all that. Yo, what's up, Josh? Yeah, man. But let's read Nick Cannon's tweet. First and foremost, I extend my deepest and most sincere apologies to my Jewish sisters and brothers for the hurtful and divisive words that came out of my mouth during my interview with Richard Griffin. They reinforce the worst stereotypes of a proud and magnificent people that feel ashamed of the uninformed and naive place that these words came from. The video's interview has since been removed. While the Jewish experience encompasses more than 5,000 years, and there's so much I have yet to learn. I have had at least a minor history lesson in the past few days, and say this is eye-opening will be a vast understatement. Really? I want to express my gratitude to the rabbis, community leaders, and institutions who reached out to me to help enlighten me instead of chastising me. I want to assure my Jewish friends, new and old, this is only beginning of my education. I am committed to deeper connections, more profound learning, strengthening the bond between our two cultures. Cannon, come on, dude. You really stepped into some shit, bro. Well, I mean, oh, look at this. And look at this. One of Cannon's stands. Why do we always have to apologize for telling the truth? But they never apologize to take continuous lies about us. Because they got more power, dipshit. And the thing is, like, we don't really have the numbers to be saying the shit we got. Because the thing is, like, I mean, if you look at it, we're like 13% of the population, and we have no economic power. So basically, we don't have the power to basically, yeah. I mean, basically, like, we're given freedoms to say, like, more, to say as much. Hey, what's up, CSK, Bay? Yeah, like, we got the room to say as much bigger the shit as we want to, but when it comes to, like, a certain group of white people, like, yeah, they're going to shut you down. Especially when you have Professor Griff on, because he does spit little nuggets of truth. He really does. Yeah, but the thing is, like, those folks, they don't want that coming out, so they shut it down, man. They shutting Nick Cannon down. And then look at all this ignorance on Twitter. First off, us blacks can't be racist because we don't hope. I hate this stupid ass. They don't understand the fucking full arc. Anybody could be racist, you dumbass. Good lord, racism basically means showing racial superiority. If you don't need, you don't need an oppressor to be racist. Your ignorance makes the rest of us look bad. Educate yourself before talking. Racism and prejudice are two different things. These people are stupid, man. Just really ignorant. I mean, they don't know see, the thing is, they put the definition of racism to mean, like, power plus privilege are two different things. Racism is an action. Racism is belief. Racism is an action. It would be a verb. Exactly, it's a belief. Duh. She is so dumb. Imagine not knowing the dictionary of racism, not knowing the different races of systemic race. You out here looking like that. Oh man, she's done. I mean, out of literature too. What the fuck you telling people these lies? What the fuck racism is? Why you keep believing them? Racism. Let's see the dictionary version. A belief in race is the primary determining human traits. That's my definition of racism. It has literally a systemic. Yeah, that's all stuff created by critical race theorists from the social studies section of college. Yeah, pretty much like Kimberly Crenshaw, critical race theory. Like, it's all that stuff. No, academia use a different definition. Like the only white people. It's actually pretty ridiculous thing to change definitions to suit our narratives. Uh, yeah, you sure? Yeah, she won't gain any. She getting destroyed, man. She's getting destroyed. Educate yourself. Look at her, just willful ignorance. Nice way to talk and struggle on being dumb. She's gonna get a like with that one. He's just being dumb. Oh no, you a white man, stupid. Oh man, they're getting pushed back on this shit. See, the thing is, like, when we say like, yeah, we can't be racist. I mean, we don't really expect to be pushed back. You know what I'm saying? Now the pushback is coming. Cause back then, cause back in the day, it's basically you just say call someone racist and basically shut the discussion down. But now, since all of this, yeah, the anti-Semitism started coming out, the black athletes and celebrities and all that. Now folks are starting to push back. You know what I'm saying? Because they talked about the wrong people. Oh, you see my 43 subscribers? See? Told you, man. It's all about the tags, bro. That's the thing about YouTube, man. It is all about the tags, man. The tags, the keywords, all that. Oh yeah, look at this meme. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Oh boy. funny the star wasn't added on there. A Nazi invented to downplay concern. Please fact check. It is so funny, man. It's so funny to see a lot of black folk actually sharing like very fascist, very Nazi-like ideology in the guise of black liberation. It's ironic. It's ironic as hell, man. It's the ignorance about this stuff that led to Deshaun Jackson sharing a Hitler quote, Adolf quote. Come on, man. Leader of the Third Reich, Adolf. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, this is Mark Dice. I mean, y'all know Mark Dice, man. He's like a YouTube political commentator. Always talk about the Illuminati. Always talk about Satan. Like I followed this dude. I still watch this dude's stuff. Like I followed Mark Dice for like what the last 10 years. He's been on like all in on the Illuminati, like all kinds of conspiracies and shit. But yeah, it's very clear this is written by a PR firm. This was not Nick Cannon writing this. This is basically damage control. Yeah, this is serious damage control. And then you got more of Nick Cannon stands like the Hotep saying like, man, he didn't do nothing wrong, man. Please re-upload the interview. Yeah, I want to damn, I should have downloaded the interview. He's so weak, you wrong. You do as he told. Why not? Oh man, see, a lot of white folk on the left are waking up to see how basically anti-Jew or anti-Semitic a lot of the black community is. See, look, you went from the strongest voice of our generation. You see, the thing is, like, Louis Farrakhan, like a lot of white folk, a lot of Jewish folk don't like him because he calls Jews Satan, satanic, and all that, and he praised a certain Adolf. But yeah, he's very influential in the African American community. So let me see, look, a lot of black Twitter is still got Nick Cannon's back. You know what I'm saying? I stand with you. Holy shit, racists unite. That's the ain't name shit I've ever read. This is a white boy. This white boy is bold to call her a racist. Santeeve is so lazy. You can't use their own voice. Yeah, I mean the thing is, to be honest with you, like as a black person, we're not very logical with our arguments. It's mostly emotional. We're very emotional. I mean, we're very easily emotionally manipulated. We don't really use logic. You know what I'm saying? Like we just use emotion in our arguments, as you can tell. I don't know if you both the truth. I understand why you're. Oh boy, yeah. It's coming. It's really coming to play. Yeah, it's really coming to play how a lot of us are ignorant about. Yeah, And those black people need to admit that they're ignorant and be willing to learn. You can't call black people stupid. That's why I said large portion. I mean, that's not said. You don't spill hate. The man's apology was nothing. Oh, no reverend. Yeah. Nick, way to go, Nick. You took all. I mean, the thing is, like, Nick Cannon's dumbass took all the attention away from, like, Breonna Taylor. And, like, I think an NFL player got arrested today, Kenny Stills. Like, he got arrested protesting for Breonna Taylor or, like, trespassing. But the thing is, it's not getting any attention. Like, most of this attention has been towards Nick Cannon. Yeah. Yeah, shit's crazy, man. Oh, yeah, Zaleen Zuniga. Yo, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, man. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, man. Like, yeah, man. I mean, there ain't much reaction stuff going on right now, so I'm just focused on commentary, man. Talking about this culture right now, man. This culture's out of control, man. Shit's gone wild. But look at this. Oh, yeah, this is a Jewish woman. I'm happy to see so many celebrities being called out for anti-Semitism and decent human beings against racism. I am appalled that Nick Cannon totally left out an apology for liking the white people to animals and call it genetic inferior. So, yep, exactly. Nick Cannon doesn't want to displease his handlers, so he seems to erase any trace of consciousness. Come on, Nick. You was at the No Horror earlier this morning, and now you like back down. Come on, dude. Oh, man. He didn't even address anti-white remarks, man. Come on, dude. That's some weak sauce, man. It's time it flow from left to left. Cancer culture is supposed to flow from left to right. Unseen footage of recent meeting. That meme absolutely nailed Nick Cannon's apology, man. But come on, man. If you saw the video, it really looked like Nick Cannon believed he said that shit. So Nick Cannon's a racist. Damn, I knew something was weird about drum. I seen my joke about Nick Cannon's racist. See the problem what you did, black woman getting to fighting. What's gonna happen to Wild and that? Oh man, I want to show you a scene from Wild 'N Out, which could be the reason why Nick Cannon is like so furious right now. I mean, because Nick Cannon wasn't all this woke, wasn't all this like Hotep and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go to his little scene with Little Dicky. Have you seen it before? Have you seen the Little Dicky disc? Oh man, this video it's hilarious. Little Dicky destroyed Nick Cannon. Oh, there you go. Little Dicky calls Nick Cannon talentless, man. This video is a trip.
Stop. Did you know every time you shop on Amazon, you're helping someone make passive income? Yes, you could be helping someone like me, a dude in my 20s, make money in my sleep. It's true. And here's how to find out exactly.
Oh, come on.
Let's get to it. DJ D-Rex, drop the beat. Yeah. Lil Dicky, you came on this show and you rocked the world. You can have all these points.
He is a
I'm gonna steal your girl.
bad rapper.
She's on my.
Get your hands off her.
That dude has no talent.
Hold up. Yo, Khan, come up here, bro. Yeah, we're gonna have a short people battle.
Oh snap.
DJ D-Rex, cut the beat. I say that. Yo, now I'm trying.
I'll speed this up a bit. I swear, a lot of white leftists.
Your favorite snack to eat is a strawberry shortcake.
Little Dicky.
I cannot believe I'm hearing this.
All right, let's see Little Dicky just destroy Nick Cannon. He just made Nick Cannon look like a straight fool.
Hello. coming up, I wanted to be a
got
comic. I
on
wanted to be a rapper. I wanted to be a star. I wanted to be a factor. I didn't know if I was talented enough to matter. Then I saw Nick Cannon, and I realized talent didn't matter.
Look at Nick Cannon's face! Look at his eyebrows! Look at his shit! He's embarrassed! Look at him cringing!
Like if I
This
was just a
nigga
little
cringing!
less
Look at
funny
Nick
and a
Cannon's
little
face!
worse rapper with a lot of less money and a little bit madder and a little bit dumber and a lot of bit fatter, I would probably be one of these people.
Oh, look at Nick Cannon!
Lil
He
Dicky.
looks embarrassed!
Listening to you spit them bars, that was some real torture. I'ma put it out there like this. You gonna be dead and we gonna see vultures, cause I'm tired of you and Iggy Azalea up our culture. Okay!
You see? That could be the beginning. Basically, after Lil Dicky made a fool out of Nick Cannon, like he started, yo, what's going on, Pedroso? ¿Cómo va? ¿Cómo va, Pedroso? Yeah. Mi portugués es muy malo. Mi español es más mejor. Más mejor. But yeah, man, like Nick Cannon is just getting ripped alive, man. The funny thing is, like, Dwayne Wade had some real bad timing. Dwayne Wade, like, timed his, like, trying to support of Nick Cannon, like, really bad. Take a look. If I can get. I don't know what Dwayne was not, like, paying attention, man. I mean, he deleted this tweet that said, Nick Cannon, we are with you. Keep leading. When he mentioned Farrakhan, that's the thing. Yeah. Dwayne Wade has a transgender daughter, Zaya, and the thing is, Louis Farrakhan is heavily, the whole Nation of Islam is hella anti-LGBT. So Dwayne Wade wasn't really thinking when he, like, landed support to Nick Cannon after he got removed from CBS Viacom. Yeah, you really stepped in some doo-doo right there, Dwayne Wade. And then the funny thing is, like, he was too quick to respond about being fully... Man, these athletes, man, see, why are we listening to athletes? They're jocks. They're absolutely jocks, man. I mean, I hope we all have learned after the last week or so not to take these athletes seriously about any social issue. Seriously. Oh, I'm listening to the Amazing Lucas on the background. Like, he's a Black Trump supporter. Yeah, I do watch Black Trump supporters. And this is funny too, cause Dwayne Wade tried to flood his Twitter like full of positive messaging, but if you look at the comments, the Jews are going hard on Dwayne Wade. See? No matter how many tweets you send from the rest of the day, you support from Nick Cannon's anti-Semitic comments is what people remember you for today. How about the anti-white comments? This is apologize for the tree. You after that deleted text, like Thompson. Break the law, play dumb games. They can't. Oh yeah, they put in the deleted tweet. See, Dwayne Wade, you can delete, but the internet's forever, bro. The internet is forever. And you got caught being a dumbass. But yeah, a lot of white folks, a lot of folks and other POCs are now realizing a lot of black folk are influenced by Louis Farrakhan and many are, which can be perceived to be anti-Semitic because it does go against like the people who run the media, which tend to be Jewish. I mean, they tend to be Jewish. I mean, come on, man, let's keep 100 here. They do tend to be Jewish. I mean, but yeah, I want to move on from that and talk about Amber Heard, who ain't done yet, man. After it's found out, like, Amber Heard took a dump on Johnny Depp's bed, and it turns out by the recordings that Amber Heard abused Johnny Depp. So now Amber Heard is going to have in the case, it's going to like say like she was still abused by Johnny Depp, man. This woman is just sociopathic, man. She is just whacked out of her mind, man. She refuses to take the L. Which, come on. Which should be a bigger story like on social media, but it's not because Amber Heard has certain privileges. Oh, come on. Oh, look at this guy fighting, man. Him neither. He said fuck him, man. Alright, Amber's former personal assistant. Alright, let's read this. Wednesday that she told the model actress about a violent sexual assault she had endured only for her to twist the story. Oh, what a cold-blooded bitch, man. Kate James gave dramatic testimony at Johnny Depp's libel trial against the British tabloid newspaper that accused the actor of abusing his ex-wife, Heard, during their relationship. Yes, Johnny Depp is suing The Sun and the paper's executive editor, Dan Wooten, over the article that called him a wife beater. He strongly denies abusing her. Wow, so it looked like Amber Heard colluded with The Sun, the press abuse story about Johnny Depp, which got him removed from the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a cold-blooded case of Me Too, which basically took Johnny away from, away from a major role. And considering that Amber Heard had Aquaman, and she might be on Aquaman too, like who knows? Yeah, and that, and she had a lot of power with like the Women's March and all that because she was a part of it, like in L.A. earlier this year. She said she was shocked to learn that in a witness statement, Heard misrepresented and exploited the incident. She referred directly to a violent rape that occurred to me 26 years ago and twisted her own story. Oh damn, that's disturbing. Use it for her own use. James said in video link from Los Angeles, I was a sexually violent desire that's very serious to take a stance if you are not one. Well, what a cold-hearted bitch. She made a 14 alleged gay. Wow. Yeah, wildly different. Yeah, this shit's. Yeah. Kevin Murphy claimed Heard pressed her to commit perjury about the traveling terrorist risk. I'm surprised. I won't be surprised that Amber Heard is locked up for perjury, because what she did was absolute perjury against Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp could have a good grounds for a defamation suit against Amber Heard, because seriously, like she seriously took Johnny Depp's income away from losing his movie roles. Yeah, like yeah, Murphy said Heard asked him to falsely claim that she didn't know it was illegal to bring those dogs off. Oh yeah, it's about the dogs. This bitch is stupid. Wow, it's unbelievable how wild this story is, man. And then it turned out like Amber Heard was the villain the whole time, and man, that woman is cruel, man. She's a psychopath. She's a sociopath. She has no feelings or empathy for anybody, man. She's going to use a woman's rape story and use that to slander Johnny Depp in order to make herself more money. That's just real cold-blooded. And it looks like I got 2 viewers. What's going on, guys? But yeah, moving on from this story, I'm going to talk about Idris Elba says racist shows and movies shouldn't be censored. I'm going to begin on a big-ass tangent about movies that would be canceled in this current culture. Like, yeah, it said, like, racist shows and movies shouldn't be censored. I mean, seeing that he's British, he's saying, like, there should be a rating system. Like, we tell you this particular, to mock the truth, you have to know the truth. Exactly. You can't, like, erase. I mean, yeah. I mean, basically, what these cultural Maoists want to do is basically erase all the past history, basically like Anglo-centric history, and like start like day one, like the Mao Cultural Revolution, like basically erase all the past and create the future from nothing. But yeah, he said, like, out of respect for the time of the movement, Commissioner Archite are pulling things they think are sexually tone deaf at this time. Fair enough and good for you, but I think moving forward, people should know that freedom of speech is accepted, but the audience should know what they're getting. Exactly! They need to know the historical context. The thing is, like, if we get all history erased, we're going to end up with dumbass shit like Deshaun Jackson sharing a Adolf quote saying that he was right. You can't say a guy that exterminated 6 million Jews that he was right. It's embarrassing. And then all the athletes like taking Deshaun Jackson's bag and keeping themselves on the down low. When they went had all kinds of energy for Drew Brees and like, oh, silence is violence. Now it turns out like all of these black athletes and celebrities are massive hypocrites. But yeah, let's continue here. Elba's comments came after several shows removed episodes, one for depictions of blackface. In response to the Black Lives Matter movement, the Office of Commuter two of the several that pulled episodes out of rotation. Netflix and Hulu also pulled an entire episode of Community in the advanced Dungeons and Dragons episode, Chang. Yeah, I mean, it's not a pulling blackface. I bet you the reason why they're removing all the blackface is basically to save Jimmy Kimmel's ass. Because, I mean, as you see, like, Jimmy Kimmel... Yeah, let me show y'all Jimmy Kimmel in blackface. Yeah, the thing is, not only does Jimmy Kimmel have blackface, but he also had, he mocked the black American accent, too. Yeah, and I mean, like, I knew Jimmy Kimmel would be canceled, but especially for the Man Show, because, like, folk these days... I mean, they're not really down on stuff like the Man Show anymore, man, because that shit's like, according to the critical race, the social justice left, that's toxic masculinity. But the thing, I mean, yeah, because the thing is, like, a lot of this stuff is being removed by the corporate heads, which tend to be white, so they're basically not talking to the audience or talking to actual people. They're basically making these moves for PR. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is all, like, really out of touch, bad decision making PR moves. Like they removed Gone from the Wind, a movie which had the first female first black actress to win an Oscar. Like, way to go. Yeah, you're gonna erase that history because the Gone from the Wind features slavery. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's going on. I mean, we gotta push back on this shit, man, because if they erase, I mean, the thing is, like, erasing Confederate history is only the beginning. As you notice, like, they went after the churches too. Like, they're burning like Catholic churches right now. Like 3 Catholic churches got burned, but the media doesn't want to talk about that because it goes against their narrative. I mean, yeah, that's what the media's all about, man. It's all about narratives. And, like, I gotta give Idris Elba, like, props, man, for not believing in censorship, man, because seriously, man, like, freedom of speech is the most important value to have, man, and, like, I don't know what happened to the left, because the left used to be more pro-free speech, especially back when the Christian right controlled the culture, like, 20 years ago. It's amazing how culture changed 20 years ago, man, because we're very open. I mean, it's a lot more open about sexuality, a lot more openness about, like, LGBT, a lot more tolerance of that. I mean, a lot less tolerance of words such as retard, such as gay, such as faggot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's like a lot less freedom. I mean, it's like a lot more tolerance of superficial aspects, but a lot less tolerance of different points of view or like different ideas. I mean, you catch what I'm saying, but maybe because here's a quote from George Carlin, a very influential comedian of mine, talking about political correctness. Oh, instead of that, yeah, I'm gonna show it on video. Yeah, cause the thing is, like, the critical race theory left is influeenced by a very different form of leftism than George Carlin's, like, old school leftism, which was more like left libertarian. This new movement is now more left authoritarian, which tends to cancel anything they disagree with, and it doesn't matter if it's on the left or it's on the right. Because, like, yeah, let's hear George Carlin, like, spin it real about political correctness back in 1999.
Put you in mind of so-called politically correct language or politically correct speech, excuse me, then you and I are on the same track. So let's visit that playground of guilty white liberals, the land of the politically correct. In recent years, the PC folks have found some new ways of shading the truth in order to make people feel better, especially minorities.
It's bigotry of low expectations. Oh, come on. Is this thing low?
One of the newer phrases making the rounds is happens to be.
Man, he was talking about this stuff back 20 years ago. Oh, come on, man. Can this thing load? Good lord.
And who happens to be black? Oh, I see. Yes. Like it's an accident, you know. Happens to be black. Yes, he happens to be black. I see. He had 2 black parents. Yes, that's right. 2 black parents.
You see it? Yeah, you see the body language, like the condescending, the tone. That's the type of tone white liberals use. These are very condescending tone that shows off their superiority.
I should think it would be more unusual if he just happened to be Scandinavian.
Seriously, they're like what's up, Josh? They're like the biggest elitists, man. Seriously, like, I'm around these cats in Hollywood.
Recently favorite term is openly gay. I have a friend who's openly gay, but that's the only minority they use that for. You know, you wouldn't say someone was openly black.
Yeah.
Well, maybe James Brown. James Brown, yes. Or Louis Farrakhan.
Ooh, look, we brought it.
Louis Farrakhan is openly black. Colin Powell is not openly black. Colin Powell is openly white. He just happens to be black.
Oh, you see, George Carlin would absolutely be canceled today because he basically called Colin Powell what we call a coon, a Uncle Tom, a Uncle Ruckus, a Candace Owens, basically a self-hating black person, said by a white guy. He will be absolutely canceled by the social justice left now, but since it was 1999, it was a different period, and he was seen more as this. Yeah, he was the counterculture.
And while we're at it, when did the word urban become synonymous with the word black? Did I slip through this, perhaps? Urban styles, urban trends, urban music. I was not consulted on this at all. Again, didn't get an email, didn't get a fax, didn't get a postcard. That's fine, let them go. So, I would like to tell you how I handle some of these speech issues concerning minorities. First of all, I say black. I say black because most black people prefer black. I don't say people of color because it's dishonest. It means precisely the same thing as colored people, which is an insult. So if you're not willing to say colored people, you shouldn't be willing to say people of color.
Exactly! That's exactly what it is! It's just a flip of colored people.
What should we call white people? People of no color? Isn't pink a color? And in fact, white people are not really white at all. They're different shades of pink and olive and beige.
It's true. I mean, he keeps it 100.
And black people are rarely black. I see mostly various shades of brown and tan, and in fact, some light-skinned black people are darker than the darkest white people. I'm sorry, lighter. Look how dark the people in India are. They're dark brown, but they're considered white. May I see the color chart, please? People of color is an awkward phrase that obscures meaning rather than enhancing it. What shall we call fat people? People of size. I also don't say African Americans. I find it cumbersome and confusing. Which part of Africa are we talking about? Egypt? Egypt is in Africa, but Egyptians aren't black. They're like
Blunt, man. It's basically blunt, man. He's basically just blunt, anti-PC. But the thing is, like, there's no voices, like, especially in comedy or especially celebrity. I mean, there's Ricky Gervais. But yeah, there's basically nobody like him who would push back hardcore on political correctness because they're too scared of getting canceled. I mean, because the thing is, like, a lot of the culture changed when millennials became adults, because a lot of millennials were raised by those teachers on, like, people of color, politically correct, you gotta be woke. Yeah, like, that generation grew up, became adults, and now basically want to cancel people for saying the wrong things. They're saying things that they don't agree with. Like, Ricky Gervais slamming cancel culture and defending free speech. Like, the newest George Carlin nowadays is Ricky Gervais. Because Ricky Gervais basically has fuck you money, so he can basically say whatever he wants. But I got a feeling like he's controlled opposition. But yeah, he's saying basically what needs to be said about the left, because just because you're offended by it doesn't mean you're right. Ricky Gervais brands cancel culture a real sort of fascism as he defends free speech. J.K. Rowling is back in the movement too. Like, she's accused of like being like transphobic because she said women and people menstruate, and it's supported by household names on the left and right. He's right, man. It's like a weird sort of fascism of people thinking they know what you can say and what you can't, and it's a really weird thing. Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. And the thing is, like, these people, these SJWs, these woke people, they're losers. They're losers who look for something to be offended by. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they want to be offended to make themselves feel better, and like start canceling somebody to make themselves feel better. That's all it is. When they want to feel like they're a part of a cause and stuff like that. And the thing is, they even went after Noam Chomsky, one of the most influential people on the left, and the guy who basically is one of the most influential people in linguistics. They want to cancel the legendary Noam Chomsky, another huge influence on me. But yeah, this site doesn't want to load. But yeah, George Carlin absolutely nailed everything. Nailed this whole SJW ideology 20 years ago, back in 1999. Like, he was ahead of the curve, and we're now dealing with this next generation of people who are influenced by academia. It's absolutely coming from academia, social sciences, basically where these folks are trying to basically keep their jobs. Yeah, like, let me show y'all how that culture changed. Let me so it's yeah, I found it really interesting. It's from Zach Goldberg. Basically, like, how a lot of woke social justice terms came to be popularized. Yeah, Zach, you can't be a free unapologetic black man. Or you can't use like weird Louis Farrakhan ideology. You noticed George Carlin mentioned Farrakhan too. But yeah, here's Zach Goldberg. Very interesting analysis and graphs, basically talking about the Great Awakening. Oh, look at this. Bloomberg. It's not a threat to civilization. I mean, they're basically trying to alter history right now. But yeah, Zach Goldberg always has really insightful information. Like, look at this. At Wave 1 of Pew's American Trends panel survey, 27 and 10% of white liberals indicated they got politics news from NYT and Washington Post, especially the previous week. When this same question was asked, these figures had, let's see here. had jumped to 46 and 36 respectively. Notice also the sizable increases for The Guardian, Politico, and Twitter. Coincidentally, the percent of white liberals say they primarily get their news from your West social media 36 to 55. Well, there's a small and insignificant increase among white conservatives. It all makes sense now. People of color. It's not your imagination. The term was only rarely used until just a few years ago. And look, as he previously noted, the increase of liberals' New York Times consumption, but the confirmation is nice. And as you notice, the New York Times is one of the main people pushing the 1619 Project, which basically is trying to subvert American history back from when the first slaves came around Jamestown, Virginia, in 1619. Instead of the whole Pilgrim story, like the Pilgrims came after, came after Jonestown, like Virginia. And as you see here, like people of color as a percentage of words, it just started exploding in like around the Obama administration. Yeah. As you see here, like the Washington Post, like LA Times. Yeah, most of the main Democratic news sources, it just shot up, and it really shot up after Trump won. So yeah, basically, I don't like the term people of color because it basically dehumanizes, like takes away people's different identities. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I share with like I don't share much of a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? we don't really share that much. I mean, we got different DNA, we got different cultural backgrounds, like. What do we share with each other other than like we're not we're not white? I mean, seriously, it's just really baffling. Yeah, I mean, this really baffling. I mean, white liberals have gotten a lot more woke in the last couple of years, a lot more authoritarian,